Hey everybody, it is Ricky here. Welcome back to another Bleach Brave Souls video. But as you can see here, this is going to be a different one because we're going to be ranking all the anniversary characters in this video. So it's going to be a different video, but I do hope you guys enjoy. If you do want more tier lists, let me know down in the comments, and also let me know by leaving a like as well. If this video gets enough support, I will make more tier lists in the future. Also, I do want to give a shout out to my boy Kent. He's back, one of the OGs. Thank you so much for your comment, man. If you guys want to have your own comment shouted out, make sure to go down below and leave a comment, and I'll shout you out in the next one. So with that all out of the way, let us begin with the tier list. Now, I do want to say that this tier list is not necessarily going to be on how good they are today, because obviously all of these characters, probably from 8th anniversary Ichigo and onwards, those are the only relevant characters, right? Meta relevant characters. But I'll be, ranking them more so on their designs and yeah, just how they have affected me in the game, and if I personally like them and whatnot. But if you guys want to have a more meta defined tier list, then let me know down below, and I will do a tier list that is more accurate to the meta. So let's start with the 2nd anniversary Ichigo. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really play during the 2nd anniversary, but I still do like this character, and I think he's a solid A tier. And his soul bomb is actually really good. When he just stands up in front of the moon and whatnot, it's just really cool. He's a very nice character, a unique character, because they got him from a moment in the show. This isn't even a form, by the way. This is just a moment in the show, and yeah, they just executed this very well. I actually made a video where I revisited him. I'll leave a link for that down below, and yeah, this guy is a really cool character. In terms of meta relevance, I mean, he wasn't always relevant, right? In terms of the meta, I'm talking about now, right? Probably when he was live, he was probably the most broken character in the game, but nowadays he's just so more of a collector's piece, right? And I just do want to mention, I also plan on making a video revisiting all of the anniversary characters. So I already made a video on him. I also made a video on the Ulquiorra, and now the next one is going to be the Mugetsu Ichigo and the Hollow Ichigo. So please stay tuned for that. Moving on from that one is going to be the 3rd anniversary Ulquiorra. Now, I do say he is pretty cool, but I'm gonna put him in B. I mean, he's alright, I guess. I mean, aesthetically, he's really cool. Don't get me wrong, he's really cool. But I do think some of the choices that they made in his gameplay also kind of put me off a little bit. His remake is way better in terms of the way he plays and the way he feels, right? And while controlling him, I prefer the remake. And this guy, though he was really good, also, I don't know, the fact that he had poise for an SP character, it was at the time really unique, which is why I probably think that they thought it would be cool to put it on an SP unit, on an anniversary unit, right? So yeah, I mean, he's really cool, but I would say that he's just below 2nd anniversary Ichigo. I do really like the 2nd anniversary Ichigo more than 3rd anniversary Ulquiorra. But yeah, overall, really solid design, and not a disappointment, but definitely had something different in mind. So if we go to the 4th anniversary, right, this is where I believe that we started getting spicy, right? I think I'm gonna have to put them both in S tier. Okay, maybe not both. Maybe I can put Hollow Ichigo A tier, but I think if I have to be honest, I think I'm gonna have to put him in B tier. Okay, let me first start with Hollow Ichigo. Why am I putting him in B tier? I think I'm actually gonna, yeah, I think I'll put third anniversary Ulquiorra in front of him. Why I'm putting Hollow Ichigo in B tier is because he was a PvP character. Honestly, in terms of anniversary, if you're thinking of an anniversary character, you're not thinking of a Brave Battles character, right? You're thinking of a character that's gonna just come in and obliterate everything in game, dominate all of the game modes. But yeah, this guy certainly did not do that. And in fact, when they released him, he was released to be a direct counter to the OG queen of PvP, which was the Thousand Year Blood War Retsu Unohana, the Yashiro, right, the hard one. And he didn't necessarily do that well. I mean, he did counter her, but it wasn't enough to completely like eradicate her from the face of the game. So the fact that he was designed to do something and he didn't completely do it just made him, I don't know, they just did him dirty, honestly. And also the visuals, it was perfect. His soul bomb is still one of the best. Honestly, I would put this soul bomb, the 4th anniversary Hollow Ichigo soul bomb, above the renewed version. Hey, I don't know, maybe that's a hot take, I don't know, you can let me know down in the comments, but I do think that the soul bomb of this specific Ichigo is way better than the remake one that we just got. So I mean, yeah, let me know if you agree or not. But the fact that he was a Brave Battles character, also the fact that he was a NAD character, and you know, the strong attacks wasn't really like, I don't know, he just didn't feel like a powerful anniversary unit. So he was a great Brave Battles character, but not what we had in mind. And I think we can all agree on that. And moving on to Mugetsu. Now, the Hollow Ichigo was kind of a disappointment. Cool, but kind of a disappointment. Mugetsu was everything that Hollow Ichigo wasn't. He was like broken. I think he was the first character to actually go over 800 SP. He had like, I think he has what, 802 base SP. And that was like, at the time, that was crazy. He had Sprinter +2. He had recovery in between stages, right? If I'm remembering correctly. And oh man, he was just so cool. And his soul bomb is so gorgeous. It is, bruh, I can't even describe it, dude. At the time when he dropped, this guy was undisputedly the best character in the game, visually and as well as in game, right? So I can glaze on this guy all day. But yeah, definitely an S tier character. Now coming to the 5th anniversary, I want to do this. I think Byakuya is an A tier, and Ichigo, I would say he's here. If I can just, you know, do that here. Just, okay, let me just put that here and then swap it over here. Yeah, I think that's a more accurate description. Okay, now hear me out. Yeah, let's start with Ichigo. Ichigo is really good, right? He had 2 killers, right? He was the Hollow and Aranka killer, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, visually really cool. 3rd strong attack with the charge move. The soul bomb was really cool. But I don't know, I wasn't really a fan of his, like, the way he looked per se. I mean, he does look cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I just feel like it didn't sit right with me, and always I just didn't really like him as much as I had hoped. And yeah, it's just a shame. He is really cool, but I feel like I had something different in mind. But yeah, definitely, I think this is the first attempt where to combine his full bring as well as his Shinigami powers. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he was really cool, but I had something different in mind. Um, Let me know how you feel about him. But yeah, I think we can. Most of us agree that Byakuya got the better end of the stick because I think he got the very first movable, seeking vortex in the game, which was at the time unheard of and broken. So yeah, and he had arguably two better killers, or at least one better killer. I think he has a Soul Reaper killer, and I'm not too sure what the other one is. I might pull it up on screen or something. But he had a Soul Reaper killer. Yeah, I'm really trying to think of the other one, but I can't come up with it. But he had a Soul Reaper killer, which is arguably better than Hollow, because, yeah, at the time, right, there was just more Soul Reapers around, and the fact that he had a Seeking Vortex, and that he was ranged as well, which he can keep a distance as well, and visually he was just so cool to look at, right? Visually, between the two of them, I think Byakuya is way better designed than the Ichigo, right? So yeah, that's my opinion on him. I'll put him on A tier, definitely behind the Ichigo right there, but still a really cool design character, and we're gonna put Ichigo at B ranked here. I'm not so sure how this is gonna work. I'm doing this on my phone, so I don't know if I'm gonna need to put more characters on B. What we're gonna do about that, but I guess we'll see on the way. Right now, coming in at the 6th anniversary is Aizen. Now Aizen, I think I'm gonna have to put him at S tier. First, I think he's just really good to look at, right? Especially with the hypnotics and the colors and the purple with the white. He's Soul Bomb, where he just crushes that crystal thing. It is like really cool. One of the best looking anniversary characters in general till this day, in my opinion. I think visually he looks better than some of the 9th anniversary characters visually in terms of his Soul Bomb. Definitely more interesting, more to look at, right? More to be mesmerized with, especially since his whole thing is being hypnotic and whatnot. So I think they had a really good material to work with. And yeah, he's got a Soul Reaper and a Captain Killer, I think. I'm just doing this video on top of my head. But yeah, I think that this guy, I actually wasn't playing at the time, and it actually brought me back just to hunt this guy down. That's how cool he was to me, and I think we can all agree that he probably deserves to be an S tier. I still would put him below Mugetsu Ichigo, simply because I wasn't playing at the time, and yeah, I just think that Mugetsu was probably had a bigger impact on me than the Aizen. But yeah, definitely S tier all the way. Now, coming at the 7th anniversary, I'm not sure how this list is gonna go, but let's just go with it. I think I will put the Ichigo here, and I'll put the Uryu here. Right? Yeah, okay, that makes way more sense. Okay. No, you know what? Let's just do this. Yeah, let's just do this, right? Because I do think that the Ichigo looks better. Okay, let's start with the Ichigo, right? Ichigo had a Rancor killer, I think. I think he also has 2 killers, right? Soul Reaper and a Rancor, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think he had paralysis as a status element, which is really cool. But yeah, I wasn't really feeling the Ichigo for this one either. Aesthetically, he was really cool. Undoubtedly, probably the most broken in the game. But yeah, I feel like they actually gave more love to Uryu, because Uryu has a gauge system, right? Obviously, nowadays, we look back at his gauge and it's arguably really outdated. But at the time, a gauge for him was really cool. And just seeing Uryu with a blade was like really cool. I'm not gonna lie, you always see Uryu with a bow, and we did occasionally see him with an instrument which resembled a blade. I'm not too sure if he actually acknowledged it as a blade, but seeing Uryu with a blade and a soul bomb with the blade just coming down and just hitting the ground like that. It was like really cool. And I do think that I grew towards Uryu more than the Ichigo. I think nowadays Ichigo has more value than Uryu, but still, I still think that Uryu is above Ichigo for me at least. So, um, yeah, that's. I still think that the second anniversary Ichigo is above all of them because I just really love the way that unit looked, and yeah, that is it for the 7th anniversary right there. Moving on to the 8th anniversary. Okay, looks like things are starting to heat up a little bit here. Luckily, there hasn't been any C or D tier anniversary releases units, right? I think that'll be really harsh in my opinion. But 8th anniversary Ichigo, I think he's here. 8th anniversary Ichigo, definitely up there for me in A tier, and White is also here. All right, 8th anniversary. I'm gonna put the Ichigo at A tier, right? And White, I think I'm also gonna S tier, sorry. And I'm also gonna put White just above Aizen right there. Okay, let's start with White. White, bro, like we were expecting this, but when he actually released, it was actually really, really cool, especially with his summoning quote, right? It's just him roaring or like screaming into the mic, dude. It's really, really cool. And I think he's got two killers. I'm not too sure, right? I think one of them is definitely hollow. Again, I'm just doing this at the top of my head, so forgive me for getting the killers wrong. But I think he's got drain and laceration for his 2 status elements. I think these might actually be the first 2 characters with 2 affiliations, not affiliations, with status elements on them, right? With White having the laceration and the what was it? Laceration and weaken, was it? But yeah, he's got 2 of them, and he's really, really broken, right? He's got a lot of support for the mind attribute as well. He's got movement speed plus 30% as well. That was something that was really unique for him. And yeah, he was just overall a crazy character, crazy fun character. I actually put them this high, but I never actually pulled them both on release, which I actually ended up quitting the game because I never pulled them, and I was just so like out of it. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm done with this game. That's how much I really, really liked them. But I did like Ichigo more. Now we're gonna go to the Ichigo. This Ichigo, even till this day, is absolutely broken. He's really, really cool as well. I think it's safe to I think we can all agree on that. And he's got 2 status elements as well, which his is weaken and drain, arguably the best combo, because he still is a character that can auto a lot of modes in the game modes in the game. And since he'll be weakening, he'll be taking 1 damage, and if he does end up taking damage, he will drain the opponent, and he will be able to stay at full stamina. So that combo is really, really good, and it gave him a longer lifespan to other anniversary characters, such as the 7th anniversary units, which are arguably showing a lot of age right now, and probably are due a resurrection, I guess, because the Byakuya and Ichigo got a resurrection. Then I guess the Aizen's gonna get a resurrection, and then these 2. But yeah, I think a resurrection for those 2 are going to be, you know, very helpful for them. But this guy, 8th anniversary until today, is essentially has a lot of uses, right? Because he can clear a lot of stuff. Some people even still use him in guild quest, in a no affiliation guild quest as well. He's just a very, very well designed character, and he's aging really, really well. And arguably, he's actually one of, if not probably, one of the best anniversary characters, I would say, in terms of design, purpose, and longevity, right? Because he has outlived the lifespan of other anniversary characters on this list, right? Probably like in within a year or two, maybe some of them started showing signs of age and lost their longevity. But this guy is still in the argument of being one of the most useful and diverse characters in the game. So let me know if you happen to use this guy, because I certainly still use him. Really, really fun character, as well as the white. Really, really fun. I wouldn't say he lasted as long as Ichigo, because I mean he's a melee character, but Ichigo being ranged is just what helps him as well. So moving on to the 9th anniversary, I didn't know whether to consider the Soifon, Sajin, as well as the Toshiro as part of the 9th anniversary, but I just said no. I'll leave it up to you guys, but let's start off with the Ichigo, right? So Ichigo over here, I mean, he is a good character, right? Don't get me wrong, but I think I'll put him in, if I can, just in front of Aizen, right? So when he did drop, he was the banner characters alongside Parasol, Kyoraku, and as well as Nanao, right? But he was the headliner, and he kickstarted the 9th anniversary, so that's why I'm considering him an anniversary unit. And yeah, he's really, really cool. I mean, he isn't, I would say, for me at least, he is an S tier, which I really love him for, because he's one of the fastest characters, which is not a rare gimmick to give a character. Usually they save them for the Soifons and the Yoruichis, but this Ichigo is really, really quick. I think it's like got Sprinter +3 or something, and like Long Stride, which is crazy. But yeah, he's just really, really fast, and he's got a really, really good soul trait as well, and he's also got a good killer in Hollow, and he's just a really fast, efficient character to use. Very, very powerful. But I will say it lacked a bit of, I don't know, originality, I guess. I don't know what was I really expecting from this renewed version, but I still think the older one, the original one, is better. In my opinion, he just left a impact that I don't think the remake could overcome. Obviously, in terms of gameplay wise, the strong attack ranges and whatnot, all those things that make a character good in game, yeah, the remake version walks all over the old one. But the old one is just so iconic, and it's just so cool to look at, especially Soul Bomb, right? And the remake of this guy, the power one, is, I mean, the Soul Bomb is really, really cool, but I would say the older one is much better, in my opinion. So yeah, but definitely a very, very cool anniversary unit. Definitely do a remake. When is Dangai Ichigo gonna get a remake? Honestly, I don't know, man. I think Dangai Ichigo deserves some recognition, because Mugetsu has been getting all the glory, but Dangai Ichigo is nowhere to be seen. Maybe I'll drop a video revisiting Dangai Ichigo, because I think he deserves a remake as well. But yeah, that is it for Mugetsu Ichigo over there. And this is the 9th anniversary now. We are here at the 9th anniversary, starting with Kenpachi. This might surprise you guys a little bit. Calm down. I'm not putting him there. I'm going to put him probably over here, right? Yeah. Now hear me out. This guy is broken, right? Really, really cool character. But I don't know. I just didn't really see him as an anniversary character, if that makes sense. He has an Espada plus killer. I think he's one of the first characters to introduce the plus mechanic, right? And the EX skill. Really, really powerful, by the way. I just didn't see him as an anniversary character. Sure, he's cool, he's good, he's got all of the qualities and the stats to make him an anniversary character. But for me specifically, and I think for a lot of other people, we were kind of like, is this anniversary level? And this was a bit of a controversial anniversary, right? So that's why, I mean, it didn't really hit the same as these S tier characters or some of the other characters. And yeah, overall for me, visually, he's okay, right? I do think that his strong attacks look, they're okay. But his soul bomb, though, the soul bomb is really cool. The meteor is really, really cool. That is very well animated. And oh wait, let's rank the Grammy. Grammy, I think I'm gonna put him right here, right? I'm gonna put Grammy in S tier because at first I didn't really like Grammy. If I'm being honest, I thought that he was, I don't know. I just didn't feel anything for Grammy, right? The whole part 1 of the 9th anniversary was a bit of a iffy moment, right? But as soon as I pulled Grammy, I used him and I really had fun with him. I think he's a really fun character. He's got drain and paralysis, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And he's just a really, really fun character. I think he was actually better than the Kenpachi. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I do think he's better than the Kenpachi. Also, ranged characters tend to outlive melee characters sometimes. I don't know if that's an accurate statement, but that's how I feel anyway. His EX skill is arguably more useful than Kenpachi's as well. And the fact that he has a Seeking Vortex, which can inflict drain and, drain and paralysis, I think? Or something like that. I don't know, man. I think that this 9th anniversary Grammy is arguably better than the Kenpachi. And also, the between the two characters, I think Grammy is just overall better, in my opinion. And that's why I'm putting him at S tier. I will put him below Mugetsu. Because, yeah, it started off the wrong way. But I think I do like him. In fact, I actually use Grammy more than the Mugetsu Ichigo. So I'm just going to put him above. But I mean, I don't really use white that much either. I think I'm actually going to put him here. Yeah, I think I'm going to put him there. Honestly, yeah. Because he's really, really broken. He's really useful. And I don't really use white and Mugetsu that much anymore. And I still use Grammy till this day. So, yeah. That is my opinion on Grammy there. Really cool character. Better than Kenpachi in my opinion. And I tend to use him more. I have Kenpachi as well. But I just love this Grammy. It didn't start out well, but I loved him. I love him still, right? And that is going to be it for my anniversary tier list. I hope that this suffices all of you, right? This makes sense to everybody. I do think that this is a fair list right there. For it's a shame that Hollow Ichigo is the last one, but for me, honestly, it's the honest truth. I don't think they should ever release a Brave Battles character as a anniversary headliner ever again. Maybe they should go the route as they did with Sajin, right? Round 2, more of a mid-anniversary character, like not really the headliner, but like sort of part of the celebration. Then you can release a really broken Brave Battles character. But what they did with him was diabolical. But I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you agree. If you don't agree, let me know your tier list down below. Even if you do agree, let me know your opinions on my tier list over here. Luckily, the C and the D tier is completely empty. And yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to go down below and leave a like. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. And I will see you all in the next one.